25th of January 2019. I'm near Günzburg in Bavaria in Germany. You can see what the weather's like. Last night was -7. It's now -5, although according to the weather forecast it feels like -10. It doesn't feel like -10 to me. How well am I doing in the van in these temperatures? Well, no problem at all. Last night I got back after a night out and went to bed, woke up 2 o'clock in the morning, and it was absolutely roasting. I turned the heating off and went back to sleep. So there appears to have been some good done to the amount of work that was done in 2017 in the summer, improving the insulation in my van, and also with the heating system that's been put in. So that's working okay at the moment. There, you can see it from here. Now it looks as though I have parked in a car park. Actually, I haven't. This is a motorhome, Stellplatz, and people are parking in it. So that is why I am here. Now, I would like to say 1 or 2 more words about the heating that was put in. Lots of films about winter camping. I think I've shown in other films what I've actually done with the underfloor heating. We've got a heat pump in there, got a bathroom heater. So it's at the moment that's really got no complaints on it. It's pretty good. Also, we added the insulation. We did 1 or 2 other things as well. So I do want to add to the insulation in the future. I want to do something with a nanotechnology, although it's dreadfully expensive. And for this van, the question has to be: is it really worth investing that much money in the van? Anyway, I'll tell you all about that later. Now, one thing happened to me yesterday though. I wasn't the only person here, and there was another person, and they must have been pretty cold because they left the engine running all night. That's not a good idea. You don't want to leave the engine running. First of all, when it's running at 800 RPMs, as it will be, the engine doesn't like it, and it's going to start protesting one way or the other sooner or later. And to get efficiently, you need 1,500 at least RPMs, and for that somebody's got to have their foot on the accelerator, or some other part of the body, or something on the accelerator to make it 1,500. So that's the first thing. Second thing is this: I'd point out, I appreciate that it's not everybody can actually afford a diesel heater, but if you get a proper diesel heater, even on full blast, you're going to be using maybe, I don't know, maybe half a litre, 1 litre, I don't know, per hour, something along those lines. If you're using it like that and leaving the engine running, it's going to be a litre every, depends, but 20 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, maybe as many as 40 minutes, depends on the circumstances that you've got. So, anyway, what I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to be going to the Alco factory. You can see how Alco, you've heard the name before, you mightn't quite understand what it does, and I'll show you how the Alco, the low frame chassis, the suspension works, and maybe not show you how the suspension works exactly, but I'll explain it in general terms. And that's why I've come here, and I'm going to spend a couple of days around here, I think, actually, because I want to explore a bit. And so, winter camping, you know, it's not necessarily a good idea, because I see people put films up, and you see them in some Volkswagen camper, and I feel really sorry for them. I think, oh, I wouldn't fancy that myself. But, you know, it doesn't have to be that bad, as long as you're properly protected. Now, returning to what I did, I've got to say this. I mean, if you look at some new vans, Heimer or Cartago or upwards or whatever, and they are really made for winter, and they're very good systems. I was in this Heimer van S500 2 years ago this week, and I filmed a number of things winter in Germany in the van. And so you can live in a van in winter if you've got proper insulation, sorry. I keep saying isolation, that's the word in several other languages, but insulation in English. But I appreciate there's costs to that. Anyway, so I'm gonna get back in my van now. I'm not going anywhere, I'm just going to stay here. I'm going to put some films together, and then I'm off to Alco. So you can see all that in another film. So this is it, in Germany, -7 or -5 now, in the van, and I'm not cold.